because I want the next life lost to be in your hands. North Carolina harm reduction. North Carolina harm reduction. They've worked with the state level, they work on the streets, they work inside everywhere, and they've done an excellent job in this state, not only doing legislative, but creating meaningful intervention for opioid crises in different counties. North Carolina harm reduction. We don't have to go through the finagling of appel and code. We don't have to lose more lives because they are inept at what they do. North Carolina harm reduction is there. We have come here to Harnett County. They have presented the LEAD program to the current sitting sheriff. They have worked with our current Senator Jim Bergen and helped pass legislations that have helped so many North Carolina citizens. For us to have that resource ready and willing to come in, and for Appel and Cody to do their Mickey Mouse show and cost lives of Harnett County citizens will be on your heads, because now you know that North Carolina harm reduction exists. Get them in here. Get them in here. People are dying every day in Harnett over this. The jail is overwhelmed. I knew about the controversial this weekend, but while I was over there at the emergency department, I was there for like a week, and I saw the number of people coming in from the jail. From the jail, you guys have no report on the numbers that are taken from the jail to the emergency department because of this opioid addiction. And the response is, we're just going to look and wait because the two of us have no clue what we're doing. Bring those in that know what they're doing. They're already funded. The state already funds them. Bring them in. Let them do what they do, and because they've been doing it well. Let's not reinvent the wheel of this issue. Don't let another Harnett County life be lost because of ineptitude.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Mr. Alan Longman.
My name is Alan Longman. I'm from 234 Hamilton Road, Marlboro. Basically, it's about the same story. We were doing this for years. I've spent 14 years on heroin and other problems, of course, addressing it on the street in New York. And I was trained under Dr. Jeffrey Reynolds, Steve Dewey, from Feinstein Institute, internationally known for his work. So when I come here and I find that the story is being told in one of the sheriff's meetings that somebody from the university here made the program, I saw the program as false in almost every aspect. It can be challenged on whether or not they were competent in setting up a program of any sort. One, the way he handled it with the families. Two, the way he handled it on the street. And then in the Daily Record, they said that they really believe in truth. Read it, it's there. These are your narcotic agents. So the problem is that people are going into the jail system, suffering fentanyl. They're going into the hospital, suffering from fentanyl. In the past 7 years, I've had to inject with Narcan 5 people, and they came right back to life when they immediately non-responded and almost dead. The point is, if you got to them, why weren't they given Narcan and saved? Why are they dying in the hospital for no reason? All you have to do is inject Narcan. Narcan is inexpensive. If I'm doing this and did 5 people, because that's how many I found on the side of the road or laying on the ground, then you get to them first. Where's the first responders? Why don't they have the Narcan? Why isn't North Carolina Coalition, Harm Reduction Coalition involved in this? The governor's involved in this. Pay them money so they can help out on this. They have the Narcan. They know how to handle and treat patients. They're very good at it. Why are you relying on the sheriff's department to turn around and make a drug program? Remember, one of the greatest drug programs in the United States was a miserable failure, and it was brought by law enforcement. It's called DARE. Not only did it not work, it actually got kids more on drugs. That's statistics. That's why it was done away with, and other programs took their place. Our 12-way system, which is mainly religiously based, is a major failure. Although you know people that succeeded, there are more people that did not get treatment and did not go through the program successfully because of that. You need other options to work your Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Jimmy Ragland.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Jimmy Ragland from 476 East Smithfield Street, Andrew. Vice President of Southtown High School National Alumni Association. And I rise to ask you, commissioners, to support the recommendations of County Manager Trout, and would especially ask your continued support for the project in the Southtown community. We're trying to erect a resource center there, and with the proposed resource center, we hope to serve citizens of all in Harnett County, and even some who may feel like they benefit from this project. So, expect that this project will begin soon, and we ask all your continued support. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Jerry Rivas.
Jerry Rivas, 364 Twin Palms. You know, before the law was passed giving all police officers qualified immunity, which I don't even understand the name of that. Police officers used to protect and serve. Now, hell, most departments doesn't even say that on cars anymore. Sure doesn't say it on Harnett County Sheriff's Department cars. And I'm just wondering, was Deputy Kevin Latart, was he protecting Brian and Pat Finch on Highway 210? Or was he serving them when he killed them? Who was he protecting and serving? Was the apparently blind deputy who rear-ended a school bus on Docks Road, was he serving the community or protecting us? And from what? And so many times I hear police officers make the statement, like I had one, because I didn't use my turn signals to change lanes. And I showed my concealed carry permit. This guy wanted me to surrender my gun for my safety and his. And he got hot when I told him, I said, you got a gun, I got a gun, I feel safe. You got all the guns, I don't feel safe. Get your supervisor. All the supervisor did was remind me to use my turn signal and wish me to have a nice day. Where does this arrogance in some of these police officers come from? What's it going to take? You know, and it's the same few people who show up month after month, meeting after meeting. You know, there's a silent majority in this country. There are people out here who are getting angry and frustrated. See, when I go to buy a pistol or a rifle, there's a 5-day waiting period because I have been labeled a potential domestic terrorist because of what the Army taught me. They teach me to kill and destroy, and when they have no more use for me, I'm an old man, then they can label one. But do y'all have any idea how, and several, maybe a year ago, you brought in these metal detectors and armed deputies, and one of the commissioners said, hell, it's because of you. You've raised so much hell up here, you got people scared. I want to remind you all of what Thomas Jefferson said. When people fear the government, that's tyranny. When the government fears the people, that's liberty. What have y'all done for the citizens of Harnett County besides elevate your own positions in the community? Got elected because it's a status symbol where you can network and make business connections. Well, what the hell have you done for a single citizen of this county? Nothing. Shame. Shame on all of you.
Thank you, sir. At this time, I will now close the floor for public comment. We'll move on to the county mayor's report. Mr. Trout.
Thank you, Chairman. The only item I had was I wanted to let you know that I sent you an email and mentioned it in my email relative to the new U.S. Census Bureau figures. Pretty interesting to see what we've known for a while, which is the growth that's occurring in Harnett County. To grow from 133,000 to 138,000 in 2 years, according to their estimates, is the actual numbers to support what we see going on. And so obviously, as we go forward with the budget, that's something that we know the demand on our services is definitely increasing. So just interesting numbers. If you have any questions, please let me know. I do need approval of the amendments to the budget.
Do I hear a motion to approve the budget amendments requested by the tax administrator? I have a motion to approve the budget amendments as requested by the tax administrator or the finance director. Did you second, Ms. McCoy?
Excuse me?
Is that a second?
Yeah.
I have a motion and a second to approve the budget amendments requested by the finance director. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Budget amendments are
Thank you.
approved. Do we have a need for any new business? We have a need for closed session,
No,
sir.
Mr. Chairman.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A motion and a second to adjourn. We are adjourned.
That was short.